His name was Misha. Yeah, it turned out he was going to Manhattanville. I went over there, met his friends. It was real nice. And he had a girlfriend. And I'd been hearing about this girlfriend. I finally met her. I won't say her name, but she was coming down from being a heroin addict. Misha was having problems with her. And Misha had been doing more drugs than I had, and started feeling uneasy. So he stopped. He stopped smoking cigarettes. He stopped drinking. Stopped seeing his girlfriend. And one night, he was on a hallucinogenic drug. I won't say which, but he could smell the heroin on her. And she had started again, and it freaked him out. His grandfather had the sailboat catamaran, and we sailed through the Caribbean. And I got down there. He had been down there for a week already. He's very quiet. Everyone on the boat said he was being very quiet. So he'd been reading. I got down there in our conversation, and there's nothing to do but talk and exercise and take care of the boat. I remember leaving and going away on the dinghy and seeing Misha standing there on the boat. And that was the last time I saw him. A little ways into second semester. But before I heard from anyone, I heard from his friend. Mr. Oli had called me. They told me that he stopped talking to people. He had his roommate move out. His roommate moved out. He wouldn't get along with Misha. They were great friends before. I was in contact with his mother a few times. She told me about the rest of the boat trip in the Caribbean. So Misha didn't talk to anyone, and he didn't go home. He stayed somewhere in New York City and then went back to school. His mom wanted to know what we were into, if we did any drugs. I figured she'd find out from someone else, so I spared her that information. I guess he had a love. Something hit him, because something just totally rocked his world, man. He changed. He got quiet. He was very, very outgoing. Misha was completely, he brought so much life to the world. You know, listening is one thing. A lot of people can listen. But he also had great things to say. Private investigator called me. And it was strange, because I was really enjoying some paintings, and I picked up the phone. It's just oddly stereotypical private investigator with this deep voice saying, "Do you know who this is?" And it's like, no, why don't you fucking tell me?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I thought it was a joke, and it was strange, because when it hit me, like, this is that remains a large mystery in my mind. And his parents had told me they had talked to a bunch of doctors, psychiatrists, said he most likely developed schizophrenia, which in some aspects makes sense, because if you're usually predisposed to it, so around 19 or 20, it comes out. You could have your whole life, but it comes out around that age. And if you do LSD, that also exacerbates schizophrenia. So what could scare him off? Where would he go? You gotta think about those things, like either he's running from something or he really wants to go somewhere. I truly believe that Misha was not running, but Misha was searching.